Hi friends, welcome once again to Inspired Swati. Oh, today is a marvelous day. I'm sure you must be wondering why I'm wearing this flower crown. I only wear flower crowns when I have a very big announcement to make, and this day is no different. Well, here we go. After 5 years of what has been an awesome, amazing, thrilling, exhilarating journey with the MTN Foundation, the yellow brand, today officially marks my very last day at MTN. Can you imagine? 5 years it has been. Even my being posted and getting the job at MTN as the MTN Foundation Coordinator in its own is a miracle in the making. Let me just break it down to you. Today's post might be just a little bit long, but hey, okay. Side note. TV's closet flower crown. Isn't it just beautiful? Thank you, Tiwi. I love you. Thank you for this one. Anyway, before I digress, I just wanted to let you know how I actually got to MTN. Oh, it's such an amazing story. You need to sit down for this one. And I'm hoping as I share the story, it's actually even going to inspire you, you know? So, if you can recall, some 5 years ago, after I had Fezo, I was, of course, a celebrity. I was a child star. I have been on Children's Treasure for the longest time, since grade 5 to like Form 3. I was on TV with Fige Veni, who's actually now at Pottersville. Love you, Figa. We were child stars. So what that basically meant is that we didn't have an ordinary childhood. Everyone kind of had their microscope on us. We couldn't do certain things that kids could do. In a way, we were also not allowed, now that I think of it, to kind of make mistakes. We really needed to keep up with the Joneses. We needed to put in or portray a certain image of being a role model and everything. And that basically meant our childhood wasn't as regular as an average child would have. This, of course, had its pros, but it also had its cons. It had its pros in that it opened so many amazing doors, for us, both me and Figa. But also, what it also meant is that it put that unnecessary pressure on us to say, you actually can't even make mistakes. Well, on me, I will speak for myself in this case. It kind of put that pressure to say, you're expected to be a certain way, to portray yourself in a specific way that is like appealing to the masses type of situation. And this also then kind of prohibited me from making mistakes. Of course, when you are assumed to be a role model, everyone kind of puts that pressure on you to act a specific way. You can't even make mistakes. That was basically the life that I lived, a life where I couldn't make mistakes. But it's soon that I realized that it's actually important to make mistakes, because that's how you learn, that's how you grow. I remember a time when I was at the University of Eswatini, my second year, I was close to flunking my maths. I was close to flunking my statistics and economics. I did well in maths, actually, by some miracle. But my economics and statistics were really bad. And it is from making that mistake to say, oh my gosh, I'm actually about to flunk right now, realizing that, okay, I made a mistake. I may not have studied well, or I needed to improve on this part. Only then, after making that mistake, after realizing some of the wrong answers maybe that I may have put in onto the examination paper, that is when then I improved. So basically the point I'm trying to make is that when you are called a role model by society, in a way society doesn't allow you to make mistakes. And I'm just anti that now. Actually, please don't even call me a role model. I do not want to be a role model, because being a role model means you actually you're not allowed to make mistakes. If you do make mistakes, oh my gosh, you're going to get chastised, you're going to get ridiculed. I want to make mistakes because I'm a lifelong learner. As you learn and as you grow, that is actually how you then become a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me not digress much, because I've been taking so many off ramps. I wanted to get to the point of as to how I started at MTN. So in my, I think it was my 4th year of university, we were given an opportunity to do an internship, and I got placed at MTN on my internship. I've always known that I wanted to work for the yellow brand. I mean, who wouldn't want to work? They're one of the best employers in Eswatini. Yes, even to this present day, look at the awards that MTN is winning internationally and locally. So I really wanted to be associated with excellence, because I believe my brand is all about excellence too. Okay, So I got an internship at MTN and I was so excited. Oh my gosh. I worked at the service center, Babane Service Center, and I was really thrilled to be there. I think I did relatively well. I also did a short stint in the marketing department where we did MTN meets MTV Base. Ooh, that was a big one. I really enjoyed doing that one with Vuyo. Um, After that, I then went to South Africa to pursue my music, and that is when I actually fell pregnant. When I fell pregnant, wow! When people found out, more especially in Eswatini, you guys, some of you guys who are still following me even today, I've got nothing but love for you guys. But I just want you guys to know that you're the comments. The negative comments, it was so lit. I remember one specific girl whom I have forgiven. I actually thought we were friends with her, but the things that I was told she was writing about me on Facebook, fortunately enough for me, I never even looked at all the comments that were happening during that time, especially when I took my baby daddy to court and I made news headlines. I remember even seeing one of the plaques on the side of the road to say Lando takes baby daddy to court. Yo, the streets were lit, guys. The choice of being a role model, right? You're not allowed to make mistakes. You're not, and actually, Fizzo wasn't even a mistake, but you are not allowed to live your life the best way you can. In a way, people kind of sort of dictate. And that's why I'm so glad I'm no longer a role model to anyone. I want to inspire people, but being a role model, no. Anyway, it was during that time when everyone had something to say. This girl, she's crazy. Why is she taking a baby daddy to court? She wants entertainment allowance for the child. Not knowing what we go through as single parents, guys. Not knowing that you want the best for your child. So in the midst of all of that, I actually got an interview with one organization, which I won't mention at this point. I think I really killed the interview. I did it well. They were looking for a marketing officer. So I went there and, I think I blew them away because I'm just that girl. And then I think 2 weeks later or something like that, then the newspaper article started. Then the comments in the Twitter streets and the Facebook streets started. And guess what? I didn't get that job. They said you were too much of a reputational risk for the company. So I think they then looked for someone else. Imagine, I'm going through the most. I've got like a 3-month-old who's looking at me. I have got so much pressure. I've had to move from my work in South Africa and I had to come back home and I didn't have a way to fend for my child. Pressure, guys. Yo. Anyway, then a miracle happened, and that is when I saw. I tried applying with so many organizations. I was knocking on doors. I was saying, here I am, guys. I'm actually the best marketing student of 2013. I've done this and I've done that. And well, basically, they shut their doors in my face. It wasn't nice, but it actually helped me. I remember my brother Ndogozo called me and he said, you know what, Lando, you have lost a lot of your connections, you have lost a lot of your friends, but God is actually clearing your storeroom and your storehouse. He's clearing it and he's making your path straight so that he can then fill you up with all the things that he wants in your life. And after he said that, I got so much hope, because I had to lose everything. I had to lose my friends, my connections, my everything, because God was at work. And didn't he work? I reached out during that madness, during the media storm. I reached out to Mr. Makubu Mpumelelo, and I said, this is what's happening. I'm back in Eswatini. I don't have a job. I've got a daughter. Pass me a bone. I don't know how I'm going to take care of her. Please help me. And Mr. Mpumelelo Makubu, he was able to advocate and state my case within MTN to say, no, this girl is good. Let's give her a chance. I'm sure other people within MTN, I don't know, but if I was at MTN and this girl who's just in the media and now who has attracted negative backlash had to come to my company, even I would be sketchy. But guess what happened? MTN welcomed me. Guys, can I not just cry? Can I not cry? Because I'm finna get emotional real quick. So MTN accepted me, guys, in the midst of my brokenness. Mr. Makubu spoke to Mr. Nhlego, who's the head of corporate services at the time, and said, okay, let's give this girl a chance. Let's allow her to run the 21 days of Yellow K on a temporary basis. And that request was approved. I got back to MTN, guys, in the midst of all of that, and I was given an opportunity, and I ran with the 21 days of Yellow K. I think this was in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2015. I'm not very good with dates, so bear with me. And I killed it. So I was on a contract, right? So I was just 21 days of yellow care organizer. And I killed it. For 7 months I was there. After 7 months, because I didn't have a permanent contract, I then got another job offer from another organization. And just as I was about to leave, I was saying my goodbyes to say, MTN, thank you so much for this opportunity that you've given me. Then what happened was I said, thank you so much. I'm leaving. I just got this offer and I would like to pursue it. It's in a marketing space and I'm a marketer by profession, right? And they said, no, please don't go, Orlando. We still need you. We have seen the amazing work that you have done with the 21 days of yellow care. We are going to motivate with the board to actually start, or to have motivate for a role, to create a role known as the MTN Foundation Coordinator. That's the second miracle. Because God, guys, I'm just sharing the story with you so that you can understand my journey and understand why I'm so in love with God and how I have seen him in the land of the living. Okay. Second miracle. There wasn't a post known as a MTN Foundation Coordinator, but after my time within MTN as a temp or so, a role was created for me. I was the very first MTN Foundation Coordinator. Won't God do it? Won't he do it? So I just wanted to share the relationship that I have and the gratitude that I have for MTN and for them creating a post for me specifically as the MTN Foundation Coordinator. And with this post creation, it didn't even necessarily end with me, because now it's actually opened up opportunities for other young people who are now going to step into my shoes as the MTN Foundation Coordinator. This is like a legacy thing, guys. This is a legacy thing. So from then on, I started working as the MTN Foundation Coordinator. This role, guys, that girl who had no job, that girl who was holding Fezo in her hand and didn't really know where tomorrow would be. Through this role, I got mentorship from the current Prime Minister, Mr. Ambrose Manvulo Dlamini. He mentored me, guys. I got to work so close with the man. He was like a father to me. He used to come. I used to sit in his office and he would ask me, how is everything? How are boys? How are boys? How's the baby? And then he would then give me advice and share his journey with me to say, this is where I started in my career. Do you see, coming from brokenness and then getting an opportunity like that? Okay. I need to breathe. I also got mentorship from Mr. Mpumelelo Makubu, the guy who actually gave me a spot to say, Lando, I see that things are not working out well in your life, but I believe in the potential that you have. Who created this platform and opportunity for me. I will forever be indebted to you, and I thank you. I really do thank you. I also got an amazing opportunity to work with the current acting MTN CEO, and also head of corporate services, Mr. Spusiso Nhleko. He's also a pastor. This man saw me like a diamond in the rough, and he polished me, guys. He polished me. He groomed me. He spoke words of affirmation to me. He preached to me, guys, Nhleko. So he preached to me, and he really strengthened my relationship and my walk with Christ. This position, the doors it's opened, I've been able to work with ministers, His Majesty's government. I've been able to work with former prime ministers. I have had numerous opportunities to meet the king, guys. The first time I met the king was in 2015, and I was so excited because I know some of the people wish for an opportunity to actually be in close range with the king, and this post, the MTN Foundation Coordinator post, actually gave me numerous occasions to meet the king, to interact with the king. And for me, that was so exciting because I love my king. I love my country so much. I'm so passionate about Eswatini, guys. So this job, The reason why I tell you this story is because I just want to encourage you guys that yes, it is okay to make mistakes, but learning and growing from the mistakes and trusting God, having a firm relationship with Him will really open doors. Trusting Him and working extremely hard. Working extremely hard will get you places. I've got a very huge announcement that I want to make because I'm leaving MTN because I've now gotten a huge opportunity to pursue another path. You need to stay tuned on my channel because I'm going to make that announcement because it's so big, guys. It is so big. But for me, I just want to encourage you. It doesn't matter what happened in your life. It doesn't matter who said what about you. Know that it is not over until God says so. I love Nduduzo Mate's song that says that because the world can cast you out. They can look down upon you. They can call you a failure. But because God loves you, because you are His favorite daughter, you are His favorite son, He will give you beauty for ashes. He will turn your sorrow into joy. Guys, in this journey, I have lost so many friends, so many people I held special to my heart. Some of you guys know them, some of you don't know them, but God has been consistent. He has been there for me through thick and thin. Even when people left me, God gave me the support of my family, of my friends. God gave me the support of my MTN corporate services department and MTN staff members as a whole. So God will give you beauty for ashes. He will turn your sorrow to joy. You need to trust Him. And also you need to invest in yourself. Keep on learning, keep on growing, keep on making mistakes. Stop trying to be anyone's role model. Stop trying to fit into anyone's, uh, calendar. Stop trying to fit into anyone's mold of who you should become. Just remember who you are in Christ, who God says you are. What the world thinks you are, don't pay it any regard. Just focus on who God has called you to be and who God says you are. Once you know your identity, once you know who you are in Him, watch Him open doors for you. Watch Him tell you. Watch Him stretch you. Watch Him teach you lessons. Watch Him allowing you to make mistakes so that you can be a bigger and better version of yourself. This is my life, guys, and this is my final day at MTN as the MTN Foundation Coordinator. I share the story with you not to brag, but I share the story with you to encourage you guys, to let you know when you see me shining, it hasn't always been like this. I had to go through a process. You need to trust the process. The process may be painful at times. It may hurt. You may lose weight. You are not perfect, but the process is where God is actually turning you into a bigger and better version of yourself, like a seed that is held in your hand. When the seed is in your hand, it does not have power. But when you dig up the seed, because you guys know I'm a farmer, right? When you dig up the seed on fertile ground and you close it, imagine what the seed is thinking and is going through. It's like, oh my gosh, I've just been buried. I've just been buried. My whole environment right now, I've been buried with soil, not knowing that actually the seed, the process of kukumuga, that on its own is not nice. It's uncomfortable. That of being buried is not nice. That process itself. But as ikukumuga lenhlanyelo, guys, and ichuma, God allows you to sprout, to germinate. It is the process. And then after that, He gives you beauty for ashes. This is my story. And so sorry for the long, long post, but I trust that it's going to inspire you. I trust that it will excite you. I trust that it will remind you that there is a purpose for your life. No matter what happens, there's a purpose for your life. Guys, I am not a role model. I do not want to be a role model because role models are not allowed to make mistakes. I just want to be a source of inspiration for you guys. And I just want you to understand, as I make mistakes in this life game, it's a process. God is actually preparing me for bigger and for better things, because that is how we learn, by making mistakes. Thank you so much, Inspired Swatis. I really appreciate that you've allowed me to chow all your data. But this is an investment in who you are, in your future. So by listening to some of the words or the talks that I have to say, I mean, your life will be catapulted into greater heights. So thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Until my next post on Inspired Swati. Oh, and also thank you, Denise Juma, for my phone holder, my camera holder. So now I've got like a little dash cam where I'm actually able to, and also props to Vivi Ngumalo for this hair dough. Isn't it just banging, guys? It's my farewell party today, so I'm excited. TV's Closet, guys, it's my friend from day one. Thank you so much for this. And until next time, guys, have a beautiful day and stay inspired.